right, everybody, I got an awesome guest today. It's Scott, the Red Suit Orison. He's flipping homes. He's been doing this for a little while. He's got a little backstory as to why he started flipping homes, and I think that's where I want to start the podcast today. Scott, how's it going?
It's going.
Hell yeah, dude.
I like Orison. That's good, man. Orison, but Orison works too. You can call me whatever you want. Just list your home with me, right? That's my motto, right? No, I'm just messing.
Scott, the Red Suit Orison.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me, man. This is exciting.
Okay.
You're crushing it, and I'm watching what you're doing, and this is an amazing setup. So I appreciate the invite.
Sweet.
I realistically, I get invited to do these all the time, and 9 out of 10 times I say no, but you've got the setup, and obviously I've gotten to know you lately, and you're crushing it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I feel like we've kind of built that loyalty and that, if it was just somebody randomly, I don't care how many followers or what they've done, but because we've kind of built up that trust, I'm in. Let's go.
Dude, I just botched your last name, bro.
That's all right. It's all right. You know what? No, most people don't even know they know me as the Red Suit Realtor.
Red Suit Realtor,
like,
that was
like,
it.
What is your name? I'm like, it's Red Suit, right?
You've got meetings and stuff that you put together, but before we get into that, what was the whole mission for this, the whole thing? What started you out on this path?
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, I've been flipping homes for 15 years, and about a year and a half ago, I hired a contractor who was a alleged friend to do a renovation property for me, and he completely screwed me over. Like literally, I wrote him a check for about $167,000, and he did about $60,000 worth of work and took $100,000. And I had a property in Holiday, not very far, where I'm getting liens from the subs that he didn't pay. And so literally I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, I've been doing this for 15 years and I'm getting screwed over on this deal. What's going to happen to these newer people? How many people are getting screwed over by bad contractors right now in this day and age? And so I said, you know what? I noticed some characteristics, some things about him. Like, he never wanted to be around other people. It was always in private. And when we'd meet with other people, he didn't like that at all. So there were some red flags. And so ultimately I said, I don't want any of my friends, anyone else flipping homes to go through what I've gone through this past year. So what I want to start doing is I want to start inviting people and teach them how to flip. And by doing that, I'm going to get a lot of contractors, electricians, hard money lenders, all my connections. Let's put them all together, because you can't really hide when you've got 30, 40, 50, 100 people all in one room, and the shady people won't show up. And so that's kind of where it all came about. Me getting screwed over has lit the passion of helping a lot of my friends and a lot of other future investors that want to do this amazing business, because it's changed my life flipping homes and selling homes, and I love doing it. But I didn't like to get screwed over by one person with an ego.
You saying stop caring about what people think of you, dude? The marketing that you got going on with the Red Suit, I don't know how you could forget that. Like, You've done crazy things like ride a bike down a mountain in your red suit.
Yeah, I mean, that was just for fun, man. I mean, like I said, real estate can be really boring at times. Real estate, it's an industry that, first off, a lot of people, they don't like. I think the two most hated professions, number one is attorneys, number two is realtors. And I am a realtor, so like, let's make it fun, right? So Red Suit Realtor actually is crazy how it came about. I used to, I've bought some crazy 4th of July outfits that we've all seen on Shinesty and whatnot. And I was out there, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, that's a bright red suit. I'd love to wear that bright red suit and show up to the football game. But I went to University of Utah, big Utah fan. I'd love to sit in Oregon's section or Washington with the bright red suit. So that's actually where it came about. The first day, about 5-6 years ago, I went to the Utah Weber State football game in my bright red suit, was walking on the field after, and I was like, this is actually kind of fun. Like, cool, who cares, right? Let's have some fun with it. And then a couple years later, after I got my real estate license, my daughter, who was, I think, 6 at the time, she looks up at me and she's like, hey, Dad, you're the Red Suit Realtor. And I was like, and I looked over at my wife, making sure that she was supportive of it.
Yeah.
And she kind of gave me the thumbs up. She's like, that's actually kind of brilliant. So that actually idea came from my daughter about 2 years ago, a few months after I got my license. You're the Red Suit Realtor. But I was the Red Suit Realtor before. I just liked to wear the red suit everywhere. It just made me feel good. And it was more of like, to the world, it doesn't matter what you wear. Just be who you are. and people will love and accept you for who you are as long as you accept yourself. I don't know much about you as an investor. Why don't you write a book? And so he connected me with this publisher, and his publisher went with the theme Suited for Real Estate Success.
Put that up.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. But my daughter actually drew a picture of the suit. It kind of looked like Chevy Chase in Vegas Vacation or Christmas Vacation. And then my publisher kind of took that and rolled with it. And I go everywhere with my book. This is like my business card. Like everyone should write a book. It went bestseller, which is pretty cool. But literally, I can walk in any room. Hey, I'm a published best-selling author, and it establishes credibility.
Hell yeah.
So that's kind of helped out too as well. But there's a lot to the marketing and branding. But a lot of mistakes that people do is they just do it for a couple weeks or a couple months. Like this is a full-time.
They get hit off the bat and just give up or something.
Yeah, and that's why I asked my wife. I'm like, "Are you good with this?" Because this is a full-time commitment. It's not just I'm doing this a couple weeks or a couple months. Like this is a lot of red suits. Like I'm burning my blue suits, my green suits. They're gone, right?
With the red. Some of your suits are lined. You got them all done up on the inside too.
I got a few of them. This one's lined a little. You got the little RSR, making it a little bit. Have you seen that?
I have seen.
You've seen it?
I've seen that one too. I've seen the shoes. Yeah, you're all set.
And one of my mentors, Ryan Flint, because I've got a lot of them are like the $99. So initially it was like, if a guy in a $99 red suit can flip home, so can you. But he's just like, hey, you got to level up your suit game. So he linked me up with this custom suit guy, and it does make a difference, right? I mean, and it's still who I am.
Yeah.
You can level it up. So
the last meeting, you really got me because you were sitting there talking, and you're damn good at talking with everybody. Like we were just talking about being nervous or anything like that, dude. Like that last meeting, you were so good at talking with everybody. And one of the topics you brought up was about being real or fake, and they won't trust the fake person. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, and the whole podcast thing like this for me is everybody sees like the Instagram side. They don't see the real side of shit, and you get kicked in the nuts a lot. And so if people see the Instagram side, they'll give up all day long. But if they knew that you get kicked a lot, and that doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing anything wrong, but you get your ass kicked a lot.
Yeah.
What were you saying about that? Being honest and being real with somebody is the best way to be.
Yeah, we talked about that. When I wrote the book, it was hard. I'm like, do I just write about the good stuff and like, look at me? We've seen a lot of that. Like, but, and you see a lot of this going on with depression, and it used to be something we'd sweep under the rug, and now it's affecting a lot of different people. And so the mindset behind that is let people see your authentic self. When I pulled up, I'm like, man, I'm having a rough day. I've been moving furniture all morning because we're about to list 2 flips that we're working on. One of them with the muscle, and it's tiring. I hate moving furniture. I can't stand it. And so I'm the type of person when I having a bad day, I'll let you know up front. Why hide it? It's like, hey, not so much a warning sign, but like I'm a little on edge today, right? This could be fun, right? And, but it's good to show people that respect. Hey, I'm having a rough day here, right?
Yep.
Or, hey, this is great. But also when you score a touchdown, spike the ball, right? Show people, hey, I'm winning, I'm losing, I'm having this. That's really what connects with people. And so when I wrote my book, I'm like, okay, do I hide behind stuff and look at this? Because that was nerve-wracking for me. Do I tell the real story, or do I just tell all the good stuff? But the highlight of my real estate flipping career was about 12 years ago. I bought a property in California, and I thought I knew everything about real estate. And so I'm like, you know what? We moved to Utah, and I'm like, I'm going to keep this property instead of selling it. I should have just sold it. That's why I'm not a huge fan of rentals. I like to flip and turn money, build up that cash, and then when the market completely tanks, having millions and millions of dollars and being able to buy properties pennies on the dollar. One of my biggest regrets when I was investing in Vegas back in 08, 09, I'm like, I should be buying 20 of these, 50 of these. I just didn't have the resource. I didn't have the know-how. Time is money if I can turn it over quick. So a lot of times it's kind of figuring out that mindset of what you're looking to do, and most people just don't do that, and that's why they struggle when it comes to the real estate game.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming out here. It sounds like you and I, we need to do a deal together.
Yeah.
And then we need to do another podcast and come together and see and talk about it and see what happened with it.
Yeah, you let me know.
Sound good?
Let's do a deal, man.
Okay, dude.
That's the first step. So,
I appreciate it,
awesome,
buddy.
man. Thanks for coming. This is awesome.
Hell yeah.